I have seen the power of God in my life. I know what spiritual power can do. We've not gotten there. We are still pressing. But I have seen what the power of God can do. 1,000 sermons can be preached with one genuine result. One genuine result. The thing about the witness of greater works or mighty works is that it can preach different sermons at the same time. To one, the sermon he gets from your result is that there is a God in heaven. To another, the sermon he will hear is that God is almighty. To another, the sermon he will hear is God loves you. To another, the sermon he will hear is look what God can do with men who are yielded. One genuine miracle. Imagine what happens in your life by the time God turns your life around within 1 week, without exaggeration. 1 week, doors just open from Monday to Tuesday, that by Sunday you can't wait to come here and say, what in the world is this? When someone wants to doubt you, listen, we must trust God for notable results. Don't produce results that leave people doubting and say, are you sure? There are results that are clear, very clear. When the barren carry a child is not a mirage. When you hold that child and everybody sees it and they say you didn't have a womb, that one is the mighty workings of God. When someone looks at you and says you are in debt, you would die in debt forever. You are owing 10 million, 100 million, and you've already calculated that in 3 years I will come out, and by Friday you are out. Out, literally. Don't doubt what I'm telling you. I'm not a stupid person. There are economic principles. We respect them. But there is the principle of heaven. Ask Aaron what root his staff found to bud. The normal protocol is that you plant it, water it, and wait. But not when God comes. Can I tell you this? It is my desire that we not only become a people of light in talk, but that our lives, that as you are released out of this place, it's like Samson releasing the foxes, setting them on fire. You go back to the hospital, you are a doctor, and you are looking at a patient and you can discern that this is a demonic attack. This is not the issue of surgery. And you keep your syringe and lay your hands and say, I come as light. Help them, please. I believe this with all my heart. You've heard me tell you, I do not believe that anyone will meet me once and go back the same. No, no, never. It's not pride, it's the truth. That these hands are not just hands that carry food and carry things. The hands of Jesus. That these words are not just air coming out from you. It's the breath of the Spirit. Go back with this consciousness. I am saved, but my territory needs to be saved. And it will be by a display of supernatural power. I don't know how true it is, but I heard one time that it was Archbishop Benson Idahosa. Robbers blocked them on the road and they were shouting and saying, come out, come out, come out and lie down. And he came out carefully and looked at them, and while they were shouting, he said, choose one of these 3 things that must happen to you now. I think whether was it that they should die or something, he listed 3 things and said they should choose it. They were shouting, will you lie down? And he said, no, no, I'm telling you now, choose one of these 3 things that will happen. Man of God, that by Sunday or Wednesday or whatever day of the week, someone who has already been diagnosed of something just steps his feet even before the service starts and his body is shaking. He's saying, what is happening to me? I don't know the name of what is happening. And all of a sudden, that age-long captivity lifted, just like that. I don't know why it is strong in my heart to pray over people's finances. I will pray it, and I want you to believe it. You've seen what God is doing. Listen, we are not lazy people and we are not careless people, but don't let the world bend you to only respect secular principles. We have an advantage in this kingdom. We are not stupid people. Yes, there are economic principles, but believe me when I tell you, there are heavenly principles. Did the prophet not say by this time tomorrow? Something you have been pursuing to the point that people look at you and just pity you and say, do you know what? You are not the only businessman. Please rest. And you have tried and tried, and one prophetic word comes upon you. And by the next day, those you are looking for are now the ones looking for you. That is a sign and a wonder. Listen to the testimonies that these people share here. Notice what happens. The doctors will ask questions. Because, you see, people in the world are now beginning to discern that, look, oh, this thing is not all about medicine. This is not all about just business. And there is a factor. And that's what we want to promote. In 1 week, you sell 5 properties, all worth 1 billion. Whereas you just started this work in 2 weeks. And people say, what in the world is this? Said me, it's not like I'm a serious agent. Somebody just said I should come. What is it about you? And you would tell them, let me tell you what is about me. There is one who is mightier than me, Jesus. You see, that is the goal. The person lives with a renewed orientation, because until his encounter with you, there are people who don't believe in anything God. They say it with sarcasm. Don't mind all this church thing. They are just a bunch of unserious people. Use your brain. I agree. But use your brain alone, you will be in trouble. Not in our world today. Those who look like they are using their brain alone have not told you what they do when you are sleeping. Don't you dare believe that the only thing they are using is their brain. There is a threshold of results that when you see, you will know that the energy for that result was outsourced from a realm higher than this realm. So don't allow people sit down and just fool you and say, I just use my brain alone. Some of them are assisted by demons and they don't know. The devil is escorting them. He will soon give them the bill and say, you think I was working for you for nothing?